Welcome back to Forward Progress, part of the Hammer Betting Network. I'm your host, Jason Cooper, alongside Cleve TA, and today we'll be taking a look at the team to have the best record in the NFL. Before we do that, I want to remind everyone that Forward Progress is now sponsored by Fanduel. We're excited to partner with Fanduel for the 2024 NFL season with their industry-leading product, wide variety of NFL offerings, great live menu that's easy to use, and very fast payouts. Listen, we're still a few weeks away from the NFL kicking off, but in the meantime, Major League Baseball is the only thing getting us through the dog days. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day for the rest of the summer. You can take your boost or bonus and bet on everything MLB related, from home runs to strikeouts and even the final score. Plus, with FanDuel, you can combine your bets in a live same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. So head over to FanDuel.com and start racking up some runs in the sun. Must be 21 plus, 18 plus in DC, and present in select states. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expirations. See terms and conditions at fanduel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. In Colorado, DC, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Vermont, Virginia, and Wyoming. Call 1-800-NEXTSTEP or text NEXTSTEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. And we're going to head over to fanduel.com and check out the best record market, because TA, there's a team that you like to finish with the best record in 2024. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I like the Eagles at 9-1 to have the best record. To me, last season was, you essentially get some of these blips in the radar when you have you come off a really good Super Bowl run, tough loss. It's tough for you to get back to where you were the prior year. So, there was a little bit there. They had two new coordinators, both on offense and defense, that struggled and probably weren't necessarily ready to be coordinators. You had some injuries to Jalen Hurts, and the secondary is one of the most banged up units in the NFL. So a lot of things went wrong. They allowed the most explosive pass plays and generated the lowest sacks on third down, so high leverage plays on defense, and just couldn't get off the field. And they faced one of the tougher stretches in the NFL towards the middle back half of the year, where they had to face 6 playoff teams in a row, and it really got to them and led to their demise in that playoff game against Tampa. And I just think that they helped shore up a lot of those holes this season. In the offseason, the secondary was a unit that was getting older and not very deep and not very talented, and they added a couple of Quinton Mitchell from Toledo at cornerback in the first round, and then Cooper DeJean from Iowa in round 2. They have Isaiah Rodgers, who they picked up from the Colts after his gambling suspension. He was 6th highest rated coverage man among cornerbacks by PFF in 2022. And they bring back Avonte Maddox, one of the best slot corners in the NFL, who only played 4 games last year. So they've got a lot of depth, a lot of bodies to throw out there. They also bring back C.J. Gardner-Johnson at safety. So they have they really did a good job, I think, of trying to improve that unit. And I think just generally the offense, which was fine last year, the top 10 unit, you had Saquon Barkley, add some explosiveness to that offense and a little bit of a different dimension, along with, real coordinators, solidified coordinators, and Kellen Moore on offense, who I think will bring some more, more motion, more up-tempo offense that they saw with Shane Steichen a couple of years ago. And then defensively with Vic Fangio, a guy that has proven to be one of the better coordinators in the NFL on defense. I think this team is set up, and why I like them for the most wins, they have by far the easiest schedule based on my ratings amongst any team in the NFC. They have the 6th easiest schedule based on my numbers, where I think the Lions at 19th is the only other contender that's has an above average schedule from an East standpoint. So all those things, I think, lend itself to the Eagles not only having a chance to compete in AFC, but to win to get the most wins in the NFL.
Yeah, and right now, priced over on Fanduel, the Eagles are 9-1 to have the best record in the NFL in the 2024 season. And I love what you mentioned about the coordinators. Completely different look on this offense and defense. I mean, I'm excited to see Vic Fangio kind of work his magic with some pretty good talent that this Eagles defense has. I mean, you obviously like this team a lot if you have them having the best record in the NFL this year. So what are your thoughts on their Super Bowl odds? Right now, they're priced at 13-1. Is that something you might be interested in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I like them to win, get the most wins, I think they have a legit shot, especially in the weak NFC, which obviously San Francisco is very good, but there's obviously concerns around Brandon Ayuk, and you never know with Brock Purdy, and there are plenty of issues on that offensive line as well. So, I definitely think that they have a real shot to win the Super Bowl. I actually picked them in my preview to get back there against Kansas City. So I think 13-1 or better is a pretty good number for the Eagles. And I think with their schedule, they're going to start off with some easy games earlier in the season. You get essentially 6-7 games in a row where they'll be favored, and they could start really hot, and those odds are going to dip immediately. So if you're interested in that, I think getting in early and pre-flop, if you will, makes the most sense. I have them ranked ahead of Detroit personally, and if they get in a playoff situation where they're going to have home field, or even if they're the second seed, getting home field against a team like Detroit, Jared Goff struggles outdoors in cold weather, and if you get a team like Detroit out there, that's a big advantage for Philadelphia. So, and I don't think Dallas is nearly as good as they've been in the past. So there's really not a ton of opposition outside of San Francisco. So I think the gap between the Niners and the Eagles isn't as big as some of these numbers where they currently sit. So the Eagles definitely have a shot for me to win the Super Bowl, and it's worth it at that price.
All right, well, let's lock that in here. The Eagles to have the best record in the NFL. We're taking that at 9-1, $100 to win, $900. That wraps it up for us here today. Before you head out, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our newest content. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.